Welcome to the Group Leader Interest course. My name is Dave Corbin. I'm the small group director here at Lighthouse, and I'm so glad you've decided to check out what it means to become an LH group leader. We believe here at Lighthouse that everybody has a fit in the local church and that God has placed a call and He's giving gifts to each and every one of us. And so this course has been designed to help you see if being an LH group leader is your fit, if that's what God has gifted you in, if that's what God has called you to. And so our hope and prayer is that at the end of this, you would know and feel confident in God's call on your life as an LH group leader. And so to start with, we really want to start with the why behind LH groups. Why do LH groups exist? And that really is as simple as LH groups exist to make disciples by connecting people and strengthening their faith. We read from Hebrews chapter 10, where it says, "And let us consider how we may spur one another on toward love and good deeds, not giving up meeting together as some are in the habit of doing, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day approaching." That really groups are all about gathering people together so that they can connect with one another, build relationships with one another, that they might be able to support one another, and that through that they might be able to really take their next steps closer to Jesus and being His disciple. And so again, there are really kind of three components to this, that LH groups exist to make disciples, that we are really all about helping people take a step closer to Jesus, that in following Jesus, that upon our salvation, His call to us is follow me. We want to help people take those steps closer to Jesus. And we think the best way for those steps to happen is by people being connected to one another, that it's in the context of relationships that truth can really take root, that we can really start to see a broader context for that truth, and that life change can really happen as we are in relationship with one another. And then the second part of that is we want to see people's faith strengthened. We want to see people grow closer to Jesus. We want to see people take that next step, whether that step is, hey, they showed up to your group to begin with, or they opened their Bible for the first time in who knows how long, or they decided to pray out loud for the very first time, or maybe they became a Christian. They weren't one, and through the group they took that step of faith, or maybe that step of faith is they've led somebody to become a Christian for the very first time. Those steps range all over the place and everywhere in between, but we want to be leaders who help people take that next step closer to Jesus. And so LH groups exist to make disciples by connecting people and strengthening their faith. And we think that all happens best when our group leaders become opportunity creators, that it's all about creating a hospitable environment for people to connect in. It's all about creating opportunities for people to be challenged to take a next step of faith, that we really see LH groups as that opportunity creating factory for people to be able to take a step with the truth that they learn in the context of the relationship. They apply it towards the opportunity, and that is where life change happens. And that's why LH groups exist, to make disciples by connecting people and strengthening their faith.